Chalo, sir. So again, very good evening, and I hope I'm audible as well as visible, right? So today here we are with a very interesting session for the absolute beginners. So if you are someone who is starting out with your CGL preparation. Now again, you might be thinking about not CGL, it might be NTPC, it might be CHSL, it might be any other exams of four option. Like, please understand this. Like, why we say CGL? The thing is that CGL is kind of considered the holy grail of that. So that's why the CGL we always take that as the reference point. Now, please understand, if you are preparing or if you have just started with the preparation. So this is the series where I'll explain what you actually need to prepare from each and every chapter. And we are starting out with the one of the most important and significant chapters, which is profit and loss. Now, like this will be divided into two parts. Let me explain that very clearly. So today I'll give you the analysis properly. So today we'll do two things. First, what has been asked in previous years, how many questions, like what types of questions, and definitely, the second part for that we will discuss. That is like we will solve those questions or those types of questions. Not everything we can solve, but again we'll try to solve as many as we can. That will be done in tomorrow's session. So for every chapter, I'll take two sessions. Today's session will be a little on the shorter side. Tomorrow's session will be a little on the lengthier side because the solution will be we'll solve questions tomorrow. But again, before you go into that, you need to understand the content roadmap for the chapter. Again, what you need to prepare, what types of questions can be asked in your exams. That is something which is very important for everybody to understand, right? So I hope the agenda of the session is clear. Now, with that being said, let's right away jump into. So this is the Telegram if you want to join. So this is the Telegram you can join. And this is the situation. This is the previous year's analysis. Now again, here, mostly if you go for tier 1 and tier 2, you see I have taken the couple of different options. I have taken couple of different options. So I've taken last 5 years data, 2025 being the latest one. So mostly every shift you can expect. So one, but again, some shift had two questions as well. Similarly, three questions, very rarely one or the other shift had three questions, or most probably one. Same is the thing for 24, and you can see the numbers for the different kind of years. Now again, this is definitely not applicable. So they have put the data because 2025 the mains exam has not yet happened. Now again, don't look at these values, okay? Don't look at the upper parts. So mostly on an average, you can expect 2 to 4 questions you can say anywhere you can expect that can get asked. Now again, in mains, don't expect these questions will be asked only on profit and loss always. They might merge that with some chapters if we're talking about the mains or tier 2. Meaning, so they can merge a question, say, let's say one very common practice is merging mixture questions with profit and loss. So that means in one question they can check whether you know mixture allegation as well as profit and loss. So SSC likes to do these things, small little things, but again these type of things again you should prepare. Now again, so again the kind of the gist we can take, whether it's CGL, whether it is CHSL, whether it is NTPC, whether it is any other exam, MTS, CPO, whatever. So gist is that you can expect in every exam, you will at least get one question from profit and loss minimum, and maximum you can expect 3 question tak bhi they can go if I'm talking about tier 1. And tier 2 may, if you are talking about tier 2, they can go till the like now like question can be like they can ask till number 4. Just a second. Just a second. They can ask you till up to 4 questions also, like from this particular chapter. Now, so but again, whether they are asking 1 question or they are asking 3 questions or they are asking 2 questions or 4 questions, you have to prepare everything. So that is where we have this. Now again, let me just say this. This is not all the types. This is the 12 most important subtopics. 12 most important subtopics for your exam, or you need to prepare. This is the main agenda for today. This is exactly the main agenda for today. This is what I will be talking about. Again, I'll give you examples, but again, solutions or we'll take questions on these like tomorrow. So please understand. So first, like, and if you can, please go like by this order. While preparing, go by this order. You will learn in a more effective manner. So this is going to be the order, sir. If you can possibly follow this. If you can, please follow this. Okay? If you can. Sir, what is this? So please understand, first things first. First, you learn the basics. Basics means the total chapter, the profit and loss, depends on 3 things. CP, SP, MP. So understand how CP is related to SP, how SP is related to MP, and how CP is related to MP. Understand their inner relations. So please understand, just to give you an idea, how these two are related. So they are related by profit or loss, right? If there is profit, CP plus profit will give you like SP. Sir, how they are related, SP and MP? Sir, MP minus discount actually gives you SP. Sir, how CP and MP related, sir? This is called markup. This is called markup. Correct? So these relations have a very clear-cut idea, crystal clear idea of about these things. Because please understand, you will most definitely get questions from these basic concepts. And these questions are actually on the very simple and easy side. So if you get a question, please consider this a free hit. ये देखेंगे कर देंगे. Like that, sir. First things first. Now, the second type which comes very often is CP ratio SP based. Now, these questions can be given in different ways. Sometimes it is given, sir, CP of 10 articles is equal to SP of 7 articles. They can give you like that as well. CP of 10 articles is equal to SP of 7 articles. Find the profit percentage. It's as simple as that. So in those questions, always you need to figure out CP ratio SP. Once you find that out, everything is crystal clear. You can figure out anything. Profit, loss, anything they want. So this is also something that you need to. So again, this is also very easy, very basic stuff. Again, this also is considered under the easy section. Now, profit and loss on SP. So again, these like from here, you can get questions in mains. Couple of years back only, there was a question, 22 May, there was a question, very basic question was asked in CGL mains. In CGL 2022. You can check. You can check everyone. So again, this is what, so they will ask, so there is some, so they will give you a story. And the end, they will ask, find the profit percentage or percentage profit on SP. Or initially also, they can also give you, there is a 20% profit on SP, but SP is not given. They will give you some CP. They will give you CP, but SP will not be given to you. But the profit or loss, anything, that will be in terms of percentage given on SP. So again, you need to have a very clear-cut idea Now, this is considered some easy to moderate level depending on how they are framing the question. Now, it can be made a little tricky, like from a concept point of view, not like the first two, a little moderate. Correct, sir? Now, next one is modular method based. Modular method based is what? Sir, I'm kind of giving you a question, like just a like type. Sir, on selling something, there was a 10% loss. At which price should I sell that same object in order to gain 20%? On selling an article for this many rupees that will be given, there was a loss of 10%. At what price should this object be sold if I want 20% profit? So meaning double SP gain. So that is a perfect question to use modular method. And what is this? So we will discuss in our foundation batches and stuff. This is very interesting method. Very simple. It's actually an extension of unitary method. Modular method is nothing but an extension of your plain and simple unitary method, sir. Okay, we'll just mechanize it. That's all. We will just mechanize it. That is all, sir. Right? So this is the third type, and again very important type, very commonly asked type. And again, this is considered to be again an easy. Now again, what happened? Last year only, last to last year I should say, 2024, because last year should be 25. Again, though we should say this 25 is this year. But again, considering you guys will appear, most probably we will appear for 2026 examination. So it is 25 will be considered last year. So 2024, couple of shifts had a question, like a similar type question, where you should like exactly on this concept, but again you should use like modular method, and they had given you very weird calculations, and that was absolutely dummy. You never need to actually calculate or use that data itself. So the data was like 4321732. So it's very weird. Calculating anything on that was very difficult, very lengthy. But again, that data was given just to confuse you. That had nothing to do with the answer. Again, yes, if you had calculated, you will eventually get to the same answer. But again, it will take you 3 minutes to just do the calculations. And it had nothing to do with you getting to the answer. So they will play games little bit with this. You can check with 2024 questions. Now, next one, sir. Successive selling, one of the most important types. Sir, both for pre as well as mains. Tier 1 as well as tier 2, this is something that you need to do. This can be easy, this can be moderate, this can be. So based on the wishes of the examiner, they can make different types of questions from this topic. Very, very, very important. Again, now next one, sir. Successive selling, you guys know. If you don't know, let me just explain before I move on. So it is like A has sold an article to B at 10% profit. B has sold it to C at certain profit. C has sold it to D at, let's say, at certain loss or profit. D has sold it to somebody else at certain profit or loss. E has paid or D has paid a certain amount. For like what was the CP for A? So there will be a chain. So it's all about if you can identify the chain. So these questions are pretty easy. But again, you need to identify the chain first. Once you can identify the chain, it's very, very, very simple to kind of do away with. Right? Next, had he sold based questions. Again, put, sorry, I missed one. But ठीक है, चलो ये बता देते, then I'll go, come back. Had he sold, sir, he made this much, sir, on selling an item for this many rupees, he has made 10% profit. Had he sold it for 40 rupees more, he would have gained 20% more. So how much is the CP? So again, this is considered one of the easiest types. This is considered one of the easiest types. Very important for pre, not so much for mains, because you cannot really make this difficult. Now, SP for same, like the one that we missed. SP is same for two articles. Here, there are different types, and depending on the stuff, there are a few shortcuts you can use here. Other than that, if you cannot use, if the question is framed in such a manner, you cannot use any shortcuts, then the calculations are generally lengthy here. Generally, calculations are on the lengthier side. That's why I've written moderate. So you have to kind of do the calculations. You cannot just like kind of say, "Arey, nahi karenge." Now again, next one, sir. Basic MP based questions like mark price. So again, this is the basic concept of discount. This will have the basic concept of discount, sir. So basic discount questions. Along with that, if we are going into discount, successive discounts are also very important. And this is also not very difficult. Sometimes it might be a little calculative. That too, the use of AB theorem, the percentage wala theorem, right? So again, it is mostly easy. Depending on calculations, it can be slightly moderate, sir. And again, as we are like kind of dealing with this, you can also see CPMP-SP. So this is very important, like especially for tier 2, sir, where we will talk about CPSPMP altogether. Generally, there we use that 100 plus profit, 100 minus discount formula, which I don't really use like myself, but again, you can use it, CPSPMP. So always remember, if you are getting a question like this, always remember the rule is CP to SP you go, MP to SP you go, like equate this SP. And you will always get to your correct answer in very short. But again, you need to solve a few questions. You need to understand the concept. So, like, practicing this type is very important. Right? Now, come back. Sum of CP of two articles and profit and loss is given. So, this is also considered to be a little on the moderate side. So, they will say, I bought two watches for, say, let's say 10,000 rupees. One I sold at 20% profit, another I have sold it for 10% loss. If I had done the opposite, so I had sold the first one for 10% loss and second one for 20% profit, I would have gained this much more. Find the CP of the each watch. So they will kind of give you these questions. Why moderate? Because these questions are generally on the calculative side. These are not, I'm not writing moderate because these are difficult questions. There is nothing difficult about arithmetic. Conceptually, it's very simple. But again, you need to do a little calculations. That's the reason, like I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm saying these things. Clear, everybody? Clear, sir? So please understand, these type of questions are also pretty common. And last but not the least is dishonest dealing, sir. This is something last 3 years, it has really picked up, both in case of pre as well as mains. 2024 CGL pre had almost every shift had a question from this. Almost every shift. At least like 70-75% of the shifts in pre had one question from dishonest dealings. So, and again, the problem is this: 90% of the students have some conceptual lack when it comes to this particular topic. Either they use formulas. Now, the problem in this, sir, there are formulas which work for one question, doesn't work for the next question. Works for that question, for the next question, you need another formula. So, ऐसे कितने formula याद रखोगे? How many formulas can you remember? So again, you need to go deep into the topic. You need to understand what is happening. And if you go by ratio method, it takes you 30-40 seconds to solve one question of this type. Mains, maybe in 2023 mains, they had given you one question. I still remember. As 1,000, like 1 kg, like buying from some wholesaler, he's giving 950 grams instead of 1,000 grams, and selling instead of while selling instead of 1,000 grams, he is giving 750 grams. How much is the profit? Aisa kuch question tha. So it's a very simple. But again, if you apply formulas there, you will get stuck. But if you apply concept there, you can solve that question. I just said that was a question from CGL 2023 Tier 2 mains. So that will be like it's a one-liner question. It's a one-liner question. He is getting 950 grams, selling 750 grams. It's a one-liner question. So again, it is very, very, very simple. But again, I'm telling this again and again. All you need to do is to kind of have the idea. So this is the entire content roadmap. Now again, these are not everything. Let me say this. What I've not written. What you need apart from this, sir? I've not written. Buy X, get Y free. This type of questions can be asked, especially CHSL by for some weird reason really loves these questions. Buy X, you get Y, like same things like Y items free. So this is one like question. So again, like from discounts also, you get like a different question. Now again, there are certain questions, true discount vagera. Again, those questions are obsolete now. No need to get into those. Those questions are never asked. Last 10 years में नहीं पूछा गया. So again, absolutely no need for you guys to kind of deep dive into that. Completely waste of time, right? So again, what I've done, I have given you the 12 most important topics. If someone is starting like his or her preparation, if you are starting your preparation, so profit and loss basis, these are the things that you need to cover first. If you cover these 12 topics, mostly your the entire topic. So if you see, if I say I'll give you a has he sold type question, and if you are confident, yes sir, you give me anything from that type, or you give me anything from these 12 types, I can answer in, I mean, under a minute. You have like kind of, you are prepared for the chapter. But again, if you are not confident, that means you still have a little way to go. So that should be how you should prepare for each and every chapter. And don't worry, we will talk about each and every chapter. This is just the first chapter. So again, as I said, this was the first part of the, this was the first session of this series where I will talk about. So this is the analysis. This is your analysis. So tomorrow, what we'll do? Tomorrow exactly, again at the same time. Tomorrow we'll do what? So tomorrow spelling गलत क्या लिखा? So tomorrow 5 p.m. what I'll do? I'll arrive like kind of like come here and solve these questions. देखा? I had a blank. I just went like out of the zone. I just zoned out. Sorry. So again, tomorrow 5 p.m. will again come and I will bring a few questions. I will bring a few questions of these types, among these 12 types, PYQs, okay? And we will have a solution around that. So we understood, like, so that we can understand what types of question that can get asked and how we can approach them. So again, we cannot cover everything in one lecture. So definitely, but again, I can give you some idea that these are the types that you can that you need to do, and you can definitely do those. Perfect, I hope. So that will then be it for this session. So again, I hope you understood the things, you enjoyed this session, and I will then again see you guys, I guess, tomorrow. Till then, if you have loved the session, please do hit the like, and I will see you guys then tomorrow. Till then, take care, bye-bye, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.